Welcome back, everybody. So just continuing work on my stairway here. We just put in the rest of the stairs. I think I figured out what to do with the walls. It's going to be a different color than we did before, different stones than we did before. I think I'm going to go more with a granite instead of an andesite. So I've got these all set up. So this is where this comes in. I have not decided on whether I'm going to do statues with the armor stands here yet. That may be one of those last minute decisions that I make. But for here, we're going to put, if I can get through here. Oh yeah, that'll be easier. It just needs a base at this end. And at the top, is that going to be, yeah, I think that's going to be the top. This wall is a little shorter, I believe, than the other one. And then along this wall, oh, I should put in lights here. Along this wall, oh, so I need to do a cap. So put this on the top. That's going to match the bottom. Like that. And then we'll just put the granite wall like this. There. Then I can continue like I did before. We'll do the pillars up just to give it a little more depth there. And I guess at the top, that would be the last one right there. And I guess I will put statues on there because it looks like I need something here. So either I put flowers, a flower pot, or an armor stand and statue. And maybe the armor stands and statues look a little more majestic going up this way. So I have my statues in. Just a little bit of adjustments here. I want to put this fence post there because it looks like something needs to go in that spot. So I think that looks good. I'm thinking of putting flower pots here, but maybe not. Those things, you never know if it's cluttering or if it's helping. But I do know I want to do 1, 2. Oh good, okay, that goes there. I'm thinking of doing something like this, 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 and this. Just to give this, you know, this pattern. But sometimes it gets a little, I'm not going to say boring, but I will say it's a little monochrome. Is that it? Or maybe samey? Trying to think of a word for it. It just gets a little, I'm gonna say flat. If a ceiling can be flat. Just because you have one solid block, it's the same. I think mixing it up like this puts a little bit of a pattern in there, so it's not as dull, I'm gonna say. Yeah. It is a little different than the one before, so that is something too. And there and there. It doesn't end. I wonder if I could do that. There. How's that look from down here? I don't think that looks too bad. And this ceiling is a little lower than the other one. I think this one over here is up a block or two. Yeah, so it's a bit higher. This one is a little tighter, but I think it works. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay. But we are making progress. Then we get to this spot. So I need to figure out what to do with this room. I don't think I want to stick with the color palette I have down there, because we're transitioning. And I'm going to have to clear out all this too. This has to go. So I'm going to dig that out. And that's going to be quite a dig. But maybe I'll just dig it out this whole width here and make a nice giant hallway. Could I bring some of those? Trying to think of what to do. What to do for the hallway here, I think. I think if I just kind of start with that. I'm winging it a little bit, so we will find out how that looks. I think that's good, and then I do need, I'm going to need some kind of ceiling, and I don't want to do this now. Since I've done the diorite, all the way down. Did I do it here? Yeah, I've done it here, so lots of diorite ceiling. So maybe we'll do some other type of ceiling. What kind can we get? Yeah, I don't think any of these blocks are going to really work. Except for maybe the spruce, because I think that's going to help on the walls. And I wonder, does these blocks don't? Okay, they don't touch. We're gonna have to think of something. A little different on there. So let me give that a little thought and come back in a second. I started clearing out the hallway here and realized that I think I probably should put in the ceiling before I dig down any further, which means I need to work on over here. We're gonna have this on the bottom, but let's not work on the walls right now. I'm gonna... I think I can. Let's get this out of the way. I'm gonna do a cobblestone edge. There we go. So something like this. Ooh, I just heard... Yeah, I hear someone growling. You over here? Ooh, they sound close. Yeah, they sound really close. There we go. I don't see them. Nope, not up there. So they gotta be down here. Yeah, so they've gotta be over here someplace. But I don't see them. Maybe up there? Is there room up there? As I get totally distracted looking for zombies in the walls. Yeah, I don't... interesting. I don't hear him anymore. I mean, those guys, yeah, I can't help those guys. And I don't see anything around here, so he must be... Where did I fall? I fell through, oh, right there. Okay, I'm starting to hear him again. It sounds like he's come from over here someplace. I'm out of torches. We sound so close. Yeah, it sounds like he's right in front of me. Where are you? Oh, it's got to be up here. I should have brought more torches though. Oh, there, yeah, there's a hole right there. Let's grab this torch here. There we go. One little spot. I tell you, that drives me nuts the way there's so many little holes these guys can be in. Oh look, I'm back where I need to be. That wasn't bad. Where was I? Oh, I was working on the ceiling. Let's see. I think I'm gonna have to put this all the way through here. There. Let's see, so that works out there. I did have an annoying owl keeping me up at night. Because I live out away from the city. So we have owls and hawks and cougars and bears and all that kind of stuff. All the crazy wildlife. But I was trying to sleep a couple nights ago. And there was an owl, must have been sitting in a tree right outside my window. So all I could hear all night was hoo, 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 hoo. You know, like this owl just out there hooing into the night. And I don't know why it needs to be like right outside my window, but it does. So that tells you how exciting things are around here. Let's see, we'll get some of that. We'll see how this looks. I'm not been getting good sleep because if an owl is keeping me up all night. Oops. And then I've got raccoons, and the raccoons are getting into my garbage, which is what raccoons do. I've need to try and figure out some way to scare them away. Maybe, is that right? That needs to be over one. Oh yeah, the raccoons have been getting into the trash, which is quite annoying. You know, I don't want to I guess I could stay up all night and shoot them. I don't want to shoot them. They're just, it's not like they're doing too much damage. They just make a mess. But I haven't figured a way to keep them out of my trash. I mean, you know, maybe send them over to the neighbors, because I did notice that because I got my trash, keep it away from the house, but in one area. My neighbor, of course, he's like quarter mile away, so when I drive by his, because he's on the same driveway, so I have to drive by his house to get out. And I notice he's got his trash in a giant trailer just piled up, because we don't have, well, I guess you can get trash service, but it's like 20 some dollars a month. Oh, and then they charge $18 just to drive up the driveway to pick up the trash. So it's like expensive. So we around here, let's see, oh, this is not right, is it? People have a tendency to leave, save their trash and take it in every once in a while to take it to the dump themselves. Because we have I guess they call them waste management centers. It's back in the old days. It used to be called a dump because you would dump all your stuff there. Now they've got polite names for all these things. But that's what it is. You're just taking your garbage out and dumping it. But anyhow, so he's got his, this trailer, little trailer you tow behind your car, is like a 10-foot trailer, 12-foot, just heaping full of trash. Thank goodness he doesn't live near me. But I'm looking at it, doesn't look like the raccoons are over there. I've got mine in a trailer. And I forgot to cover it, and those damn raccoons are digging around in there. All right, yeah, that'd be fine. And they got into the one bag was in there and just tore it to pieces. Now I've got to secure it. If I take a tarp and tie it over the top, then that takes care of it. That is today in country living, because we are out in the country. That is what you deal with if you live in the country. So keep that in mind if you decide to move to the country, because you're going to have to deal with animals. Although it is nice because I get like little deer showing up in my back meadow all the time. Just out there munching on the grass and stuff. Minding their own business, not causing too much trouble. And I think that's kind of nice. You can sit out there, drink your coffee, watch the deer eat the grass. I enjoy it. I'm not sure how many people enjoy that kind of thing. I think you would if you were out. You know, if you're out here. Because it's nice and quiet out in the country. Because we are away, like I said, I'm away from the big city, which makes it it's close enough where I can get the town and get everything I need, but I don't have to deal with all the big hustle bustle, noisy cars and all that kind of stuff. But the downside is you do have a few extra animals running around. Maybe I will do some diorite. Just since I have it. Oh, and I was doing andesite. Because I do have a few acres of land I'm working. I have a lot of chickens. I raise chickens. Because they give you lots of eggs and stuff. And then actually, any of the extra eggs that I don't use or can't sell, because I do sell the eggs. Although it's not as good. Back when COVID was going on, eggs were like $8-9 a dozen sometimes. I could sell them because it only cost me maybe $1 a dozen to raise them. I could sell them for $5 or $6, undercut the stores, and whole organic eggs on the cheap, and I'm still making a hefty profit. So that is how you're supposed to do things. Kind of like that. In the end, let's get this. Thinking like that. And then that can go all the way down. Once I get over here, put that there, that there, trying to remember the pattern. And then one over like there. There. That looks different from up above, yeah. One space there, one space there, then two spaces in between. Yeah, that's right. And then two spaces, and then like that. Oh no, it's two, not three. Yeah, two. Like that. No. Yeah, there. Nope, that's not right either. think there. You know, I think I'm gonna have to take this down just a little because I'm having trouble keeping track of the roof here, or the ceiling.